Yes, she's late, but good morning. How is everyone? Woohoo! I'm back. Woohoo! Good morning. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ooh, look at my scare here already this morning. How is everyone? I missed you so much. Here I is. Ta-da! Yes, running just a little bit late this morning. But thank you. I appreciate you all showing up this morning. And wowzers, do we have a lot to talk about this morning. But how is everybody? Thank you. Thank you for the welcomes home. Woo. I missed you all too. No joke. It was kind of crazy. This vacation, kind of not vacation, kind of a retreat. It was nuts. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Let me just say this first. Let me get the housekeeping out of the way. I am Bernadette. For those of you just joining us, I'm Bernadette King. And on Fridays, we do the live pick a card, love tarot reading. It's all about love today. And it's going to have to be super about love. And hey, just really quickly, has anybody heard from Ta Red? There's a member that was on Facebook or on YouTube for a long time, but I haven't seen her in a while. And just if anybody's heard from her, let me know. Good morning. And so watch out for the scammers today. Want to thank Teapot. Good morning, Teapot. Good morning, Amy. Thank you guys so much. My mods, and Amy, who I could not function without, truly. And I got back to Southern tea, y'all, because they don't do tea in Kansas, which is where I was. And I really want to thank everybody who was so very kind, who did not bother me on vacation. I don't really mean bother me, but oh lordy, with the mediumship, it's already starting this morning. Great googly moogly. I'm already starting to sweat. That means that somebody's people are already showing up this morning. So I'm allowed to tell you guys this now. I wasn't allowed to tell you before, but my friend that my sister and I went to her family reunion with, she lives in Kansas, and her given name, y'all, for real, is Glenda. Her real given name is Glenda. It was funny. Brown Brujita. It was not relaxing, my vacation. I probably worked more in my head and my heart, maybe for the whole time we were there, than I maybe have in the last 8 or 10 months of my life. It was very intense, like super intense, but that actually means good for you. So yeah, the synchronicity, isn't it crazy, Angel Heart? So, right. The Wizard of Oz. I thought I was out of Wizard of Oz jokes until I was talking to a friend of mine last night. And it seems I'm actually not out of Wizard of Oz jokes. So, thank you all. Thank you. We do love Amy and Teapot. Yes, we do. And so the first thing, watch out for scammers. Also, I want to I'm reminding myself, for the last couple of Fridays, I've plumb forgot to give away a tarot deck. So today I'm going to give away 3, and it's the main deck. It's the original deck that came out. I'm going to give away 3. And we'll start with one. We'll do one, and then we'll do a giveaway at the beginning right now. And then we'll do a giveaway in the middle, and then we'll do a giveaway at the end. But I do want to say a couple of things before I get started with the readings, which is this. I don't know if y'all remember, but maybe like a week or so before I went on vacay, there was this whole crazy synchronicity thing that was going on, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, well, this has got to end sometime, because, what goes up must come down, right? Y'all, I could keep you on here for forever telling you about the synchronicities. I don't really journal. I know I should, and I know I really want to, but I just don't ever get around to doing it. I just kind of store this stuff in my head. But let me just make this announcement right first. I was up a good portion of the night. To be honest, I was up a good portion of the night fretting about whether I wanted to announce this or not, but I have to. I got to announce it because it's what I was told to do. So for those of you just joining, welcome. Welcome to the Metaphysical Madness. For those of you that have followed me for a while, you can't see me? I'm here. Everybody else see me? C. Canuel says she can't see me. Huh. I don't know. Okay. All right. So, 9/11. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Wowzers. That's craziness. Okay. So that said, for those of you that have followed me for a while, you know that I always say that, oh my gosh, y'all, Okay. Dante Amaran, welcome. How are you? I've never seen your name before. I'm guessing you're new. If you can, Dante Amaran, if you're paying attention, you have just become part. Wow. You have just become a big part of this story. Okay. So, wow. I'm sorry. I'm speechless. I just can't. Wow. Okay. Wow. So, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. My mind is just blown. Well, Dante Amaran, your timing, our timing, you and me, the wild pack, our timing, because of your name, Dante, it's fixing to get, I don't even know what it's going to get. I'm in total shock. Okay. So here's the story. So for those of you that, that followed me for a while, I always say, I don't really go into the healing mode. I don't tout myself as a healer. I think most of us are trained in Reiki, whatever that really means. Energy healing, quantum touch, Ivana Stiebel's Theta healing, that kind of thing. I mean, I got Barbara Brennan, healing hands. I got to believe most of us know most of it, right? Okay. So I've gotten an unbelievable amount of email and messages lately wanting to know if I do distance healing or do any kind of shamanic healing work with, in particular with the spirit animals and that kind of thing. And I've just really been super resistant, because I'm an evidential person. And so if I do a healing, I want it to be evidential. I want to be able for them, the person that I'm working with and myself, to be able to say, okay, well, we did this. And so, here's the result of that. Right. So well, I haven't really had a choice about whether to dip into it or not, because the amount of clients that I've read for in the last maybe month and a half, 6 weeks, it's been so much about healing work, so much, so that they could move on and do, in their life what they really wanted to do. So when I went on this trip, knowing I was going, I mean, this family, first of all, the family we stayed with, such love. I mean, great googly moogly. They've owned that land, thousands of acres, since the turn of the century. Their family is incredibly tight knit, just as loving and kind and generous as they can be. And they accepted my sister and I with open arms. We now have an extended family, like really no lip service. It's really an extended family. So yes, I do. I have lipstick on my teeth. Thanks, y'all. So, Gypsy Nana, my friend's son is Dante. Hey, Don, thank you. Glad to be back. Hey, Sheila. Hey, y'all. Hey, Raven. So anyway, so I asked, knowing when I get on pieces of property and there are animals anywhere around, my spidey senses flare out to an extent that I haven't found a way to control it yet. It just kind of happens. So I figured I would have some pretty spiritual experiences, maybe some epiphanies or something while I was there. But the one thing that I wanted to know about was about whether I should move into the healing realm. And so about 6 weeks ago, I ordered a necklace from the lady. You guys will probably remember the shamanic pendants I have done by this gal, Rosemary, in Australia. And I had purchased a white buffalo head carving from a Ukrainian artist who does the most amazing clay work with animals. It's crazy. And I had that sent from Russia, or I had that sent from the Ukraine over to Australia, so that Rosemary could make me this white buffalo necklace, because it started with that weird thing with Amy, the crazy synchronicity thing with Amy a couple weeks ago, where a herd of buffalo or bison went through my office. If y'all remember that, if not, the video, I'll put the video down there. But I hadn't heard from her, from Rosemary, and, she would check in every couple of weeks. I'm working on this, I'm that. Okay, cool. So we drive into town. We were staying in Kansas, in a tiny little town in Kansas. And all of a sudden, we get to the house, so on and so. We hadn't been there 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And one of the brothers said, hey, did you know they have an albino or a white buffalo up at the university, and that they have a giant protected, fenced in area. It's humongous. And they've got a buffalo or a bison sanctuary there. Well, my teeth almost fell out of my head. And I was like, no. So then the day we got there and he told me about the white buffalo, I get an email from Rosemary with pictures of my white buffalo necklace. It's completed. I was like, what? So the timing of that, if you all don't know the story of the white buffalo calf medicine woman, I won't go into the whole story here, but I was like, all right, I'm going to sit on that for a minute. Then we got busy through the whole week, and the whole week went by. It was just literally sign after sign after sign after sign for lots of other things, but not about should I step into the healing arena. So on the way home, we drove, and so the halfway mark is Jonesboro, Arkansas. So we made it to the halfway mark, and we stayed over in Jonesboro. It's like 10 o'clock at night. We're exhausted. I'm driving, and I look over to see this sign that reads St. Bernard's Medical Hospital. Now, in my head, while my sister and my friend Glenda were chatting, I was mulling all this over because I was like, I need closure to this. I think I know what I'm supposed to do, but I for real just spell it to me in black and white, write it in crayon like I'm a 9-year-old. Poof, there's the sign, St. Bernard's Medical Center. Now, for those of you that don't know, the name Bernadette, my name, is the feminine counterpart to the French name Bernard, which translated from French to English means brave, strong bear. And now it's with the medical. You see where I'm going with this? So I will be moving into the arena of shamanic healing, and I'll let you guys know more what that means as it rolls out. It's not like I don't know how to do it now. It's just I'm not really sure how I want to introduce it. But where I'm going with all of this for you all is that if you've got something on your mind, here's your sign, right, Ma Web or Ma BB? It's craziness connecting the dots, right? But if you all have something on your mind and your heart, let me tell you, today is the day you're going to get messages from the spirit animals, because I am a tarot reader. I am an evidential psychic medium. That's where I got my foundations to explore my own intuition, my own psychic ability, clairvoyance, call it fortune telling, call it whatever you want. But that's where I got my start. But everything I do now, even if the message that I give a client or the messages that I'm giving, the psychic messages, the tarot readings that I'm giving on any video that I do, it is all founded in the animal work that I do. And here's the bottom line. Whatever work you most identify with at the moment, and that very well may change over time. Like Lisa Snyder, she started, oh wow, you had a St. Bernard. Lisa Snyder started out, with psychic mediumship, and all of a sudden I think it was a class, Lisa, you can chime in here if it was a class or something she took. And that was it. She started channeling the ancients. She started channeling languages she'd never heard of before. It just came out of her organically, scared the poo out of her. I understand that. The first time I channeled somebody, it was I think I told this story once before. If I didn't, let me just very briefly. A gal came in for a reading some years ago when I had my metaphysical store. And her husband who'd passed over started to come through, and I had to excuse myself and go to the restroom because I felt like my lips were swelling. And I even asked her, I said, are my lips swelling? They feel like they're swelling, like I'm having an allergic reaction. She said, no. I said, pardon me, I have to go back. There was nothing. I looked in the mirror, nothing, right? Okay. So then then my whole face started feeling like my whole face was swelling. My nose was getting really wide. And I'm like, ma'am. And I said, I'm so sorry. I've got to cut this reading short. And I said, let me just tell you. And I started to say something. She goes, I just want to ask one question. Okay. So she asked her question, and all of a sudden I said, that's right. And I did it just like that, in a voice not my own. I never do stuff like that. I don't do that. It's not part of my. And she looked at me, and I kind of looked at myself, and she said, can I tell you what I think is going on? I said, sure, because I'm a little freaked. Her ex-husband is I can't divulge a client confidence, but let me just say a famous musician who passed over, and I mean famous, and he's African American. So if you could see his face, if you could know who he was, his lips were super big, really big nose, just beautiful. Oh my God, this man's smile would just light up the world. And I didn't know who this lady was when she came in. I knew who he was, and I listened to his music all the time, still do, but I don't dive into celebrities. I'm not interested. So, I know what it's like to channel something and not know where it's coming from and be like, holy cow. So where I'm going with all of this morning is, oh, the ancients came first and then I told you to take classes? Oh, I was wrong, y'all. I don't remember that. Okay, I don't remember. Sorry, I got it wrong. But either way, I got to believe it shocked the poo. Well, I know it shocked the poo out of her. We've talked about that before. Yeah, right? It has evolved big time. So, oh, wow, Jennifer, you've been seeing white albino animals, specifically deers and owl. Wow. Kelly B, you done been possessed. I was possessed. Listen, if I was going to be possessed, it was awesome to rock it with this particular music star, because this man's music has changed people's lives and filled their souls for decades. It's crazy. Albino crows and buffaloes. Wow. Hey, Lily. So today being the day of love, all I really encourage you all to do is think about, set an intention about love. What love are you, and it's going to be all about having spirit bring you signs, bring you messages, so you can get the answer to whatever you want the answer to. But it's got to be rooted in love. And that may be a romantic relationship. It may be a marriage. It may be this. It may be that. Oh, and let me just say one other thing. I don't discuss religion and I don't discuss politics. And I ask kindly that people don't discuss it on my channel. I don't ever introduce you guys to animal abuse stories. I don't care how good the cause is, how great the outcome of the story is. I know that the wild pack, you're wildly sensitive. And even just hearing about a story, seeing a story, I know that it levels you the same way it levels me. So I don't do it. So I don't really talk about ever the LGBTQ community, because I don't want to get started on debates. I don't want to get started on religion. I don't want to get started on politics. I'm not interested. However, let me just say this. While I was gone, I was witness to an email string that disturbed my demons, and it was about the LGBTQ community. So let me just say this. In the Native American tradition, in Native American history, gay people, bisexual people, pan people, queer, gay, straight, trans, non, whatever label you feel necessary to give it. In the Native American tradition, when a tribes member would show those tendencies, or just be flat out, any of those tendencies, they were revered in their tribe. Now, not all tribes, but they were revered as what's called two-spirit people. They have the spirit of both the feminine and the masculine housed within. And they were treated with great respect. They were oftentimes trusted to watch the children, because if somebody should come, at the tribe, then they would also stand as warriors and protectors. And you very well may feel that if you are wanting to step more into your psychic space and walk that line, be a walker in both worlds, it can feel like being two people. So the first thing that I would, and let me just say one other thing about this email string that I saw. Normally I don't care about people's opinions. Truly, I don't. This disturbed my demons. I saw somebody write, "It's just not natural. It goes against the laws of nature." Really? You know jack about nature, because within nature, there's all kinds of activity that could be considered LGBTQ, and it's observed all the time. and it happens. It's natural. Humans are animals. So I believe that I'm just saying, whatever you are, whatever you are feeling that's causing you to feel a split, whether it's your sexuality, whether it's in a marriage or a relationship, whether you're like, oh, I don't know if I can like step out of the mundane world, the muggle world, and really deep dive into the spiritual world, the magic world. I don't know. But I would encourage you to take today to consider what it is you love, ask for signs how to move more toward it. And then if you're dealing with a split anything and you're struggling with it, I would invite you that love is going to show you the way to embrace both if that's what you want. Now, I don't think I should have to say this, but I'm going to just to cover my bases. A, I'm not a medical professional. All readings are for entertainment purposes only. And furthermore, I'm not saying if half of you wants to be a serial killer and half of you wants to, I'm not saying go after that. Obviously, I'm talking about things that elevate your energy, elevate the energy of the planet, heal. You get it. Okay. The best of both worlds. Correct, C. Canuel. Okay. So I would say that if you would kindly, and let me just tell you one other sign. So they did a big white elephant, because it was Christmas in July. And I mean, for real, it was Christmas. They put up a Christmas tree. Everybody wrapped presents. About the only thing we didn't do was sing Christmas carols. And so my white elephant gift was this. You guys ever seen one of these things? They're really big in like African music, Ethiopian music, that kind of thing. These are the coolest thing with the coolest tone. And there's a mallet that comes with it. But here was the other sign. I've been talking forever about learning to play the Native American flute, and I'm always going to get to it. And then I don't. So I did take accordion lessons while I was there. It's much easier to play the accordion than you might imagine. But I just wanted to know, should I step further into music things to help you all in a number of ways? And I am cutting a meditation CD at the end of next week that will but show how you can, alleviate anxiety or alleviate this or heal this or do this, working with spirit animals and their guided meditations. And I'm going to the studio next week. So there's just so much music stuff also that's going on that led me to conclude that coming back for you all, just the kickoff of this month and the rest of the month and readings and everything, that oh my gosh, Ma WBB, I didn't even think about it. White buffalo, white elephant. What? Duh. Thank you for connecting my dots. Oh yeah, it's called what'd you say? It's a Sicily. What'd you say? Yeah, a kalimba. That's it, Jules. It's called a kalimba. I love the tones of this thing. I can't even tell you. But anyway, so there you go. So, yeah, I'm doing a meditation CD. And the meditations will be downloadable on, I don't know, wherever we're going to put it, all over the place. So here we go. I didn't catch it. Right? I bet a didgeridoo is probably easier to play than anything else. A kalimba. That's what it is. Crazy. So, first things first, I want to give away a deck because I missed it last time and then the time before that. And then I got to give away one for today. So I am holding a card and I'm really going to keep my eyes on the chat. I know you can't play any wrong notes on the kalimba, which makes it the perfect instrument for me. So, I'm holding a card, and the first person to describe this card, like for real, and wins a deck. And it's the original version of the Arc Tarot deck, and I will mail it to you. Let me just say this. I love you all that are from out of the country, but if you are from out of the country, I will have to ask you to pay shipping, because right now shipping rates are $40 to send anything out of the country. So I love you, but I'm going to have to ask you to kick in on shipping. So whatever you're getting, just put it in. Come on, y'all. Don't just guess at it. Take a second, stop, center yourself, and ask the animal allies to tell you. And you can describe anything. Start with, what element is it attached to? What colors do you see? What kind of environment do you see? Right? Even if you see the meaning of the card, oh my gosh, you're going to flip out when you see this card. Nope. Nope. That's a big nope. 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 Come on, y'all. Focus. Nope. No, Gail. No, everybody so far. Nope. Nope. Keep going. You can do it. Nope. 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 Okay. You guys are playing pin the tail on, you're playing pin the tail on the card. Hey, Marie. Miso Marie. Good morning. Desert clay green. Green is good, but no desert and no clay. Nope. 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 No moose, no frog, no toad, no Pegasus, no eel, no meerkat. Are you guys focusing, or are you doing pin the tail on the spirit animal card? Nope. Mountain. Nope. Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. While you're thinking, I'm going to keep your eyes on this. Here's what Dante, the new guy, Dante Amaran, has to do with this. So Dante, you're just new here. You don't know the story of, I was engaged to a gentleman named Dante at one time, and there was a whole healing journey that I went on with him. He crossed over way too early. But he's who I think of when I think about healing, or whether to step into the healing world, was the work that I did with him towards the end of his life. He died of brain cancer at only 51 years old. And that was 13 years ago. So you're very special to me already, Dante Amaran, and I appreciate you showing up, because unbeknownst to you, other than what I just said, he's a huge influence on my life and on my practice. And so I thank you for showing up this morning and passing on the message that you had no idea you were going to pass on. So thank you very much, Dante. No, not even close. Okay, let's start this way, y'all. No, it's not. Let's start this way. Tell me the element that this animal is most associated with. You're guessing the card. Big cat. No. Nope. 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 Thank you, Dante. Oh my gosh. It's so meaningful for me. Raven, correct. Water. This card is very closely associated with water. It's not only water. No air. It's very closely associated with water. You guys are right. Now, let's work towards the animal. Now, it's also an earth animal, but it is very closely associated with water. Nope, no mermaids. Oh, sorry, Stephine. Sorry, no, water. Yes, you were right, Stephine. And I know your name is Stephanie, but I'm still going to call you Stephine. Nope. But okay, so you've got it, Stephanie. You've got, yes, it very well could be a matador. No, that's funny. It could be associated with the West. It's not the animal. Bears are the ones most associated with the West. Nope. Okay, I'm going to narrow it down more for y'all. Tell me what you feel from this card. What are the emotions that you feel? What is the meaning that you feel? Back off from the animal. And you could even tell me the tarot card association. Anybody? Hippo? No. Buffalo? No. Space. The final frontier. But no, it is not the Two of Pentacles. Two of Cups. Correct. Little C, big C. You've got cups right. That is true, but not the Two of Cups. Star card. Nope. All right. So now we know. And Surya Ann, it can be. Remember I said earlier, it is a land animal, but it is very closely associated with the water. It's a walker in both worlds. Nope. Nope. 8 of Cups, no. 5 of Cups, no. Butterfly, no. 4 of Cups, no. Seal, no. Butterfly, no. Hey, Peter. Lauren, no. Not the number 6. Well, your guys are going to guess it all eventually. No, Dawn, it's not a seal. Wow. It's not a crab. Not a frog. Okay, let me give you some other hints. We started talking earlier today. We know today is the love tarot reading, right? Okay. This card is all about dreams. It's all about your dreams. Platypus. No, but that'd be a great animal to have in a deck. Platypus. An old fisherman. No. That's a stretch, but I could see how you could get old fisherman, Dawn. But it's, yeah. 7 of Cups, correct. Tiffany K, you are correct. It is the 7 of Cups. You guys are going to get to it eventually. Okay, so Tiffany K, you win. You win the deck because you guessed 7 of Cups. It's the beaver, y'all. The 7 of Cups. So the thing is that for you all that were getting bear, you know, you might have been seeing a brown, round, fluffy animal, but it's beaver 7 of Cups. So, Tiffany, didn't you win a time before or something too? Crazy. But look, it's dreams, deception, and determination. So the 7 of Cups, it's so interesting that it show up this morning, you know, because the tarot card meaning of the 7 of Cups is it's the traditional card where you've got the 7 cups and there's all kinds of stuff filling them. And it's like, where do I go to? You were close. You were close, Cherry. Otter is close to beaver, but it's not exactly the same. Wait, who said beaver? Rebecca said beaver? Oh my God. And I said I would keep an eye on this. Okay. Raven said beaver? Okay. I think maybe there's something wrong with my chat. Right. I said it is an earth animal and closely associated with water. Okay. Teapot or Amy, can y'all please find the people, and I'll give away 3 decks. I honestly didn't see it. So whoever said beaver before Tiffany, Tiffany will get a deck, and then I'll send one to Raven. Honest to goodness, I didn't see it. And who is the other person? Yeah, whoever it was. Yeah, look, thanks Teapot. Y'all, I'm sorry. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. I'm like looking at the chat, figuring it out. Okay, so that being said, it is so crazy that the 7 of Cups came out. Okay, Rebecca King. Okay, oh my gosh. What? Emma last name is King. Okay, this synchronicity stuff, I don't even know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go with, for the first card of the day, to go with the card that tipped off the giveaway. When you set the intention for today of what you love and being shown signs about whether you are to oh my gosh, Jules, that's crazy. That is the coolest thing. So congratulations, Rebecca. You're going to love it, I think. I hope. So you guys will make sure to email me, by the way. Wait, CCANUL, you just got it a couple days ago? That was mailed out way before I went to... Okay. CCANUL, can you please email me? Y'all email... For those of you that won... please email me, howl@wildpackwisdom.com. Here, hold on. I'll put it in the chat. Remind me, and I'll get it sent out tomorrow. howl@wildpackwisdom.com. Howl@wildpackwisdom. Right. How about I spell my own website right? Okay. Almost there. Ta-da. Oh, thanks, Amy. My bad. All right. So, you got one that was addressed to someone. crazy. Okay. I'll get it right, C. Canuel. I'll have to find some. I don't even know how that happened. But okay. So when you're considering what you love, the idea is to be shown, for the animals to come to you. You can ask anything if it's the right path for you. I would caution you that if you phrase a question like, is it for my highest and best good? There are a lot of people in the new age industry, the metaphysical industry that will say, as long, just ask for your highest and best. Okay, y'all, your highest and best could mean that you're going to go through the Five of Pentacles, the Dark Night of the Soul, or the Tower card, or the Devil card. Because once we go through these big teardowns of everything that we think is real, things we've constructed our life on that blow up in our face, or we face plant or crash and burn, the hope is that you rise again like the phoenix, and that you've learned. And for many people, it puts them in a deeply, deeply spiritual, reverent, prayerful kind of place. So I would caution, if you've used that term, maybe you want to, oh, Rebecca, you're very welcome, honey. And so I would say that let me give you, for instance, I read thousands of people. I read for thousands of people a year. And I get asked the question a lot, should I leave him or her? Should I divorce them? Should I leave the relationship? So on and so forth. And I don't ever answer the question as they pose it, ever. Because that, if let's say that Spirit says to me, yes, they absolutely should, or absolutely not. That's not the whole answer. It's, okay, if they should, why? If they shouldn't, why? And so I would say that when you are thinking about moving away from or toward something that you love, that is very true, Dawn. I would encourage you to ask yourself first, how much do I love myself? How can I bring in more love for myself, which will then radiate out to everything else? Because whatever you're feeling inside, that is the electricity that you are reverberating into the universe. You can say anything you want. You can think in your conscious mind anything that you want. But in your subconscious mind and in the deepest recesses of your heart, that's where the real emotion sits. And it is an electrical current. It is measurable. It is tangible. That is science. Who can argue with that? So you've got to be super sure of what you're doing. So this client was like, should I leave him? And I was like, I'm not going to answer your question. What I will say is, perhaps you could ask yourself the question, how much do you love yourself? She just looked at me. She said, what does that mean? Well, how much do you love yourself? Well, what does that have to do with me deciding whether to leave or stay? And are you being mistreated? Yeah. Are you being lied to? Yeah. Is this person scatting around on you? Absolutely. Okay. Then the question does not become about that person, your partner, your husband, your wife. That question becomes about you. You're not going to change that person. They didn't ask to be changed. They don't want to be changed. It's not your business. You are your business. How much do you respect, honor, and love yourself? Okay. Because let me tell you guys something. I get emails all the time. Oh, psychics are not real. You claim to be, in touch with the other world, but that may or may not be true, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Whatever. Because I know. And I don't need anybody else to know. I love myself that much. I respect and honor myself that much because of the work that I was called to do in this world. And so I would tell you, it is incumbent upon you today that you could do very well for yourself if today you choose to ask your question, anything you want to know about love, coming from a place of how much do I love myself? Now, what does this have to do with the beaver and the Seven of Cups? Well, the Seven of Cups is the dream card, but it's there are all kinds of dreams, and to choose the dream that you want that's overflowing from these golden chalices. While I'm talking to you guys, I'm going to find the traditional card. I want you to see this traditional card so you can see what I mean. So what that has to do with the beaver is, when beavers make dams, they go and they chew up trees and they make them fit. And my God, these things are engineering feats of miracles. They're just craziness. Sorry, y'all, I'm looking down so I can find the Seven of Cups. If I get really smart, I will go ahead and take a deck and I'll tape these to the back of them. Why have I never done that before? Amy, you've got a new assignment. Okay. So when they're choosing their branches to go into their dams, they choose wisely. And yeah, they gnaw off the ends and they make them fit and they do this and they do that. But why are choices in our life any different? When you see the Seven of Cups and you look at all the choices that are available to you, the trick is don't deceive yourself. Don't look at a cup that's full of something that you think it's like all that, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be all that. And that's where the deception can come in, right? The other thing is, when we're talking about this, okay, here's the traditional Seven of Cups tarot card. All right. The clouds and the heavenly and the this and the that. Oh, you know what? You know what? Somebody said earlier, sky, a lot of sky or blue sky. You were right about the traditional card. Unfortunately, that wasn't the card I was holding in my hand, but in the traditional card, you were tapped in. Whoever it was that said air, sky, I think somebody said clouds, that kind of thing. Okay. So, sorry, y'all. I was away from cat hair for 2 weeks, and I'm back in my house and there's cat hair. So, in my nose, on my contacts. Okay. So when you're taking a look at all of your choices, choose wisely. And the only way you can really do that is to know that you know that you know that you know. And everybody gets to it differently. I know people that the big decisions in their life are so, like, they don't sweat the little stuff. So when there's a true, real, for real, lots depends on it decision to be made, they trust their gut implicitly because they know. Some of us, like me, that are hard-headed triple Scorpios, I got to have signs, because as I tell you all the time, I'm about one taco short of a combination plate. And I just, I live so much in the other world that when I need to see things for myself, it can be very difficult. So I would say that when you take a look at the Seven of Cups, right? And if we take today as a 3-card pull, because that's what I'll do. Do I have time? Yes, I have time to do a 3-card pull. This is where it starts. So if we do, a traditional 3-card tarot spread, past, present, and future, this is the past. What kind of choices did you make? Did you pursue your dreams, or did you talk yourself out of pursuing your dreams? Tiffany, I think it's funny, but I see your point. Okay. Why am I insulting tacos? Y'all, I'm telling you. Same, Amy. I need 10 more signs from Mama Bear. Girl, you're fixing to get your signs when you come over today. Thank you, Raven. Thank you for the donation. I thank you. Ooh, 4 puppies. Somebody's got puppies. Okay. So consider, did you move towards your dreams? Are you moving towards your dreams? What's stopping you from your dreams? Make sure you're not deceiving yourself. I'm going to say this. I know I'm going to get emailed. Somebody's going to email me and blast me for this. Whatever. It's what I believe. Y'all, you cannot take a Reiki course, a 1-day or 2-day Reiki course for $25, and then poof, you're a Reiki master. Come on, y'all. You can't. It doesn't work that way. I'm not saying you can't catch on to things immediately. You're probably a natural healer already. But when we're talking about making choices that are important, and you're talking about things that are, your decisions will affect other people, mostly yourself, please pull this. Please, please pull. Oh, but I feel you say that because your sister was a savant. That doesn't mean you're not smart. Oh, no, I'm actually the savant in my family. Truly. I really am truly a savant. It's so weird. We were just talking about that yesterday. It's the strangest things that I get that other people don't get. They're like, I can't possibly understand that. I'm like, oh, well, if you just do this, this, and this, but if it comes to math, I'm like, 8 minus 7 is, wait, 8, 9, 10. Anyway, but I see your point. Thank you, Tiffany. That's a good reminder, and I appreciate it. Okay, so now, going off on that tangent about energy work, that's why I say don't fool yourself. Because you can get yourself and other people in big fat trouble. Some years ago, many years ago, I had a psychic development class going, and this was many years ago. This old gal came to 2 classes, and she calls me one day. She says, "Hey, can I hire you as a consultant?" I'm like, "Consultant for what?" And she said, "Well, I'm ready to open up my psychic reading practice." And I said, "You are? Okay. Okay. Congratulations. Good for you. I cannot consult you." "Why is that?" She said, "Why?" I said, "Because I don't agree with you opening your psychic practice." Oh, she got all kind of offended. "Well, I've been to 2 classes." I was like, "And you didn't get one thing right in both those classes, but now you're a psychic reader?" She goes, "Well, I'm just going to memorize the tarot and I'll just tell them what the tarot cards mean." I was like, we're done here. So it's that kind of thing, right? Okay. It's that kind of thing. So now we're going to talk about where you are at the present. And I don't even know how that happened. I'm sitting here shuffling my deck. I don't even know how it came out sideways, but Roadrunner came out sideways. That's craziness. Okay. So when a card comes out sideways, when I do a reading, it's an either or. And pretty much everything is an either or in life, I guess, if you really boil it down to brass tacks. But if you take a look at, let's just even take a look at Roadrunner as a spirit totem. Oh my gosh. Okay. Roadrunner is a spirit totem and power animal. For my readings, Roadrunner means X marks the spot, and he is the Knight of Swords, right? Okay. It's courage and action. And X marks the spot always reminds me of the Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they're looking for all the clues to get to the, whatever they're trying to find in that movie. And Harrison Ford goes, X marks the spot, and he flies upstairs in this library. They look down over this balcony, and in the cement is a Roman numeral 10, which is an X. He said, X marks the spot. They whack that all up. They go down, and then, so on and so forth. Meep, meep. Right, Jennifer? So I think of this as the X marks the spot, but because it's the Knight of Swords and it's the courage and action, that means, okay, look, maybe you're at a crossroads, but it's time to literally cut away anything that is not serving you, anything that is binding you, anything that's holding back. And I know that you're at a very critical decision-making moment. So that's where you are today, meaning what is on your mind, what is on your heart that you're considering so heavily that you are literally perched in the middle. If the wind blows too much this way, you could tip this way. If the wind blows too much that way, you could tip that way. Okay. Whatever it is, decide and move forward and ask for X marks the spot. I get to Kansas. There's a white buffalo living literally 4 miles from where I was staying, 6 miles. I get an email the same day from the lady that's doing my buffalo necklace, white buffalo necklace. On the way home, I see St. Bernard's Medical Center, and today Dante pops in. Dante Amaran pops in. Don't you think that's kind of kooky? Right. Okay. So you got Gypsy Nana, you got an offer on your house and it hadn't even listed yet? That is fantastic. Okay. So I would say when you are thinking about where the place you're at now, you might really want to consider that you're more on the fence about it than you think you are, and to ask whatever animals are going to come to you. Lisa, really? Well, Lisa, I know you and I have this bizarre psychic connection when it comes to readings and the synchronicity. It's really weird. But actually, I thought about that. I'll ping you on Facebook later, Lisa, and tell you something that came actually to me while I was away, and it had to do with you and Catherine Skaggs. By the way, for those of you that are in my class right now, wow, it seems like you guys really loved Catherine's medicine wheel class, and she loves you guys. She's totally jealous. She's like, you have the best students. I'm like, I know, they're part of the wild pack. Anyway, all right, so let me go ahead and give away a deck. While we do that now, I'm bound and determined to give away 3 decks. Although I please write me at Hal at Wild Pack Wisdom if you've won a deck already, and give me your address so I can get them out tomorrow. That'd be great. Okay, hold on. Let me shuffle. Okay. Don, I want to know more about that. Scientifically, the white buffalo could not have appeared at a more precarious time of humanity. I would like to know what you mean by that. That really piques my interest. Okay. Giving away another deck, another one of my original version of the Ark. There are 100 cards in this deck. This deck also has the full color 374 page guidebook. And so it's got the 78 tarot cards and then the 22 bonus cards. So here we go. What am I holding in my hand? What animal? What tarot suit? What's going on? All right, I'm going to watch more closely. Okay, nope. Stop and think, y'all. Take a second. What are you seeing? Nope. What are you seeing? Oh my gosh. You're going to flip out. It just hit me. It just hit me. Nope. Okay. Take a second, take a breath, focus. What suit are you getting? What element are you getting? Do you feel a temperature change? What do you see physically? What do you feel emotionally? Just start somewhere. That's very specific, Gail, and not right. But that's very specific. I love it. Nope. Stephine, it does partially have to do with the air element. It absolutely does, but not in the way that you might think immediately. See, Canuel, there are four 5 cards. There's the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords, but it's not any of those. Nope. Breath. You'd have to be more specific. Everything takes a breath, Rika, or Rika. I think it's Rika. Emu, elephant. Nope. Okay. Project yourself onto the opposite side of this card so you can literally see it. Ask the animal in this card to come to you. Big eyes and blowing. No. Nope. Oh, wait. So, little C, big C. Stop right there. This card is not the blue-footed booby, but the one on the top of my deck sitting right next to me is the blue-footed booby. You are very, very close. That means you're in the energy of this space. Well done, C. Canuel. Ladybug. Nope. I feel comfortable, safe, and at home. So Dawn, the emotions that you're getting, I feel comfortable, safe, and at home, that is so on the money. It's so on the money for this animal, and you'll know why when it's revealed. Wait, hold on. And he also said, I know for sure who my friends are, and I feel many of them are here. Okay, let me go down this list. No. Ah, D, little d, big D. Monkey, close enough. It's the chimpanzee. It is the Two of Pentacles. Now, so, where are you? DD, please email me, hal@wildpackwisdom.com. Give me your address. Remind me that you won an ARC main deck, and I will get it out tomorrow. Congratulations. Now, why is this card so important in today? Who said little c, big C, or C Canuel? You said monkey? I see you said M. Did you say monkey? Am I losing my mind today? Okay, C Canuel. If you said monkey, just tell me, and Teapot will go back through the chat. Oh my gosh, I totally didn't see it. Okay, so C Canuel gets a deck. Doesn't this mean like you've gotten 10 decks at this point? Okay, so C Canuel gets another deck. Don't. Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why. What is wrong with my chat? Okay, so Teapot or Amy, somebody keep a list of this also, please, so I get this all straight. So what's interesting is we were just talking about how the Roadrunner came inverted, so you're on the fence about something, right? Poof, the next card to come out is the Two of Pentacles. Now, in the traditional tarot card, it's this old boy standing there with a pentacle in one hand and a pentacle in the other hand, and then there's the golden rope that goes around it, which is the infinity symbol, the number 8, okay? Marlene Funds, I'm a psychic reader and a spiritualist that specializes in love spells. Then, no, you're not. You're a scammer. What that? Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye, scammy person. Goodbye. See ya. Okay. So, yeah, at a crossroads, the Two of Pentacles is weighing. But here's the thing. When you are talking about the Two of Pentacles, okay, so Dawn, let me just go back to what you said, Dawn, about you feel comfy and at home. Of course you do, because, you know, they're the animal. Their brain is like what, two codes of DNA or something different than a human brain. I mean, my gosh. So, yeah, congratulations to Dee Dee and C Canuel. Whoop whoop. So, it is love spells. Oh my gosh. So anyway, now we're talking about this card. You're in the middle. You're trying to decide something, but X marks the spot. What I would invite you to consider about the Two of Pentacles and its tarot card meaning is that yes, it's about a juggling act, but if you take a closer look at that card, you'll notice that the juggler's hands are in the same position as the magician's hands in the magician card. One hand up and one hand down, which is drawing down the power of the divine, tapping into the power of the divine. And now you're talking about the golden 8 rope that goes around it. Oh, you did, Jennifer. You did just, you know what? When I was a beginning psychic, oh my gosh, I went through about a year of, I was so focused on the readings that I would get for my one client what actually was very particular and super evidential for the next client. And it took me a couple months to catch on to what was going on. And so I did. And finally I was able to kind of adjust my time frame, if that's helpful, because I used to do that a lot. So, hold up. I might need a love spell from someone legit. Restless. You're a nut. Okay. So I would invite you to consider that whatever this is that you're juggling in your mind and in your heart, you've got to know that you're a magician. Now, I thank you very much. Back to Tiffany, who's like, don't say you're one taco short of a combination plate. I can be, and I really am a savant in many, many ways. But I also often say I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Not because of not because of worldly things do I know I'm really intelligent. It's because of the things not of this world, but that are actually of this world, that are kept from us, that are hidden from us, that other people approach with fear because they've been taught, only boogity boogity bad, evil people, that eat their own babies and, sacrifice chickens and that kind of thing are part of that world. It's not true. Patently untrue. And so there are many different kinds of intelligences, but one of them is to understand, to know that you know that you know how very powerful you truly are. I don't care how disempowered you feel at this moment. You may be just having a low point, but you are powerful. And you can tap into the divine anytime you want. And you can have anything you want. It's always been your birthright. It will always be your birthright. And so the other thing that this card always means for me is lighten up, have a little bit of fun, right? More fun than a barrel of monkeys, that kind of thing. But I would encourage you that for today, this card could be part of your message, right? In a lot of different ways, and not just to have won a deck. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to move on to the third card for today. See, Canuel, I don't have any choice but to be me. I tried to be somebody normal for about 10 minutes. It was the worst 10 minutes of my life. Really, honestly. Oh, a savant, Stephine, if you've ever seen like the movie Rain Man, or you've seen other movies where people are like really brilliant in one area, but they don't function well in other areas, that's the definition of a savant. Yes, exactly. Like Rain Man. Exactly, Lily. All right, so I'm really focused. Okay, y'all. So I was just told that there are several of you out there, actually probably more. Normal is only a setting on a washing machine. I love that, Gail. Some of you out there, like, we're keeping it light today, right? But there's one for sure. I'm seeing the room that you're sitting in. You're about to snap. You are so tense. There really is a very, very critical decision that you're in the process of making. And this reading today is shocking the poo out of you. You don't have to sell yourself out. You don't have to tell me. But if you want to email me, that would be, go ahead and email me. But there are several of you out, but one in particular that is like you're at critical mass. You have got to make this decision, and it's tough. You're immobilized. It's really immobilizing you. So, oh, thank you, Teapot. That's very sweet. Hey, Tracy Liberty, I didn't see you pop in. Okay, so y'all, let me tell you something. I don't make light of it when I say I'm on a spectrum somewhere. You should see me in like regular social situations. If I'm among people that are like into metaphysics or whatever, I'm totally cool. But when I go, I have to be around people who don't know about it, aren't interested, or I don't, it's very difficult for me to just mainstream it. It's very difficult. And so I completely avoid those situations at all costs. All right. So this last card, I'm setting the intention that of course it's the right card for what everybody's future, what's coming, what to look out for, what to expect, all that kind of thing. What the best card is for the collective, but I am holding extra space for this one person that honestly, it's almost like a life or death situation with you, whoever you are. You don't have to say who you are. Oh, wow. 2 cards came out. Wow. Okay. it's fixing to get serious here, for real. This is for everybody, but it's fixing to get serious. Okay. So 2 cards came out inverted. They're both birds. We're going to talk about this. And one of them is the King of Swords and the other is the Eight of Swords. So they're from the same suit. Depending on what you read, like swords are fire or they're air. I tend to think of them depending on the reading either way. But the first thing that you'll take note of is when you have 2 air animals that are turned upside down, that means you are absolutely, you're not flying. Either you've clipped your own wings or somebody else has clipped your wings, or you're being held back or held down from where you need to fly to. And when you take a look at these cards, just the tarot card meanings of them, let's start with Woodpecker. When you've got the Eight of Swords, that's the traditional card is the gal that's got the blindfold on and she's got 8 swords behind her and it looks like she's in binds and she's being held hostage. But that's not it. You're holding yourself hostage. And it's a self-deceit kind of thing. You don't want to see what's really there. You are feeling held back, potentially because you don't want to take on the responsibility or of whatever, right? There are much better ways to go about things, and I would really, really, really invite you to turn the card around. Woodpeckers can also be supra indicative of beating your head against a brick wall and getting nowhere. But they can also be supra indicative of, you know what? Sometimes you do have to beat your head against a brick wall. But once you get it that it's a brick wall, you go, oh, I'm not getting anywhere here. And you move on to a tree or a building or wherever you can make your nest, wherever you can make your home. Because woodpeckers, their tongue actually wraps around their whole brain. It's what cushions them when they go like a jackhammer. Because if you've ever seen a woodpecker in slow-mo, can I just say nature is amazing, which makes you amazing. Totally amazing. You just don't know it. You've got to stop beating your head up against a brick wall and start beating your head up against the place that you're going to be able to be safe, to call home, to just be who you are. So there's that. Okay. That said, when you talk about a pip card being upside down, a king, a queen, a jack, it is the most challenging aspect of that king or queen or page or knight or whatever. Not jack. I'm thinking, we played so much cards while I was gone, y'all. Pardon me if I keep saying traditional card names. Okay. It is never good when the King of Swords is inverted. That's not good. When you talk about brilliance, when you talk about sheer brilliance, here's a story. Okay. So this family that I stayed with, you know, my sister and I grew up in the generation, you all probably did too, where you've got to, you got to go to college. If you want to be anything in this world, you got to go to college. Okay. I hated school. I went to 1.5 years of college. They told me I had to dissect a fetal pig. I had 104 average in college, y'all. 104. As a musical theater major, I still had 104 average in all of my requirements. English, math, science, I had 104. But in this particular biology class, I was told, if you do not dissect a fetal pig, I will fail you. And I said, bye. And I left college. Oh my God. I thought my mom was going to kill me dead, truly. But I left. I'm not dissecting a fetal pig. I offered to clean that guy's house. You can't know what I offered But I was not going to dissect a fetal pig. I wasn't going to dissect anything. And when it's against everything I believed in, and it hurt, and I couldn't do it, and I wasn't going to do it, and I left. But here's what I'm going to tell you. This family that I stayed with, a couple of them have been to college. It's a family of 8 or 9 children. A couple of them have been. They're not really working in their field. But you never saw such talented people in your life. They had a musical group, professional musical group when they were all kids. Everybody can sing, like for real sing. Everybody can play at least one instrument. And if a tractor goes down or a hay baler goes down or a well I mean, these people can fix anything. When you talk about problem solvers, critical thinkers, the whole family is just, I was stupefied the whole time I was there. Stupefied. So when I think about the King of Swords for y'all, especially the condor, because to the shamanic community, the Peruvian shamanic community, that whole area, you know, the Andes, that whole area of the world, condors are big medicine. Big, big, big medicine. And so I would say, oh, that's cool, C. Canuel. Yeah, 104 average until accounting and computer science. See, you're much younger than I am. There was no such thing as that in my world. But yeah, I wasn't all about it. And I've done pretty okay for myself, I must say. Okay. So, hey Maggie, good morning. And so it's really time for you to look at the truth of things. It's really time for you to honor yourself for your own brilliance. It's just like a good publisher will tell you everybody's got a good book in them. Everybody. A good music producer will tell you everybody's got at least one good song in them. Okay. Everybody's got a, okay. It's when you start putting, I think this is what you're asking, Stephine, is what these two cards have to do with each other. Well, they're in the same suit and they're both birds. So whether you read the suit of swords as air or fire, that will have to do with how you're interpreting this for you. Because what this animal means to, yes, vultures and condors are from the same family, Mary, yes. So you can consider that. Yes, it's 8 of Swords and King of Swords. Okay. So when you talk about the condor being the truth, right? You've got to see the truth of things and you've got to be the final authority on things. Whereas Woodpecker is about a self-imposed prison. And there's 8 and then there's the king. You're being asked to elevate your thinking. You're being called on. Well, what this is meaning is this is your future. This is what's going to happen for you if you stay in your path, okay? And you stay on your path and you just keep your mind on being more elevated, more elevated, more elevated. Yes, get out of your way and fly towards what is right. And so, for you, right for you, which may not be in alignment with what other people think. And I talk to people every single day that have spent so many years in their life flying towards things that are not right for them, but based on the expectations of their family. Kings don't ask permission. They might get advice. Wise people do. Wise people will ask the advice or opinion of a lot of different people. I do. Some people take it as I'm unsure of myself sometimes, and I'm like, I'm information gathering. I'm not unsure of myself at all. I'm doing the smart thing. I can't possibly know everything, and I certainly can't know what I don't know. So I'm always asking questions so I can gather the information and make the decision that's best for me. So all that said, for those of you that are on the fence, for those of you that need to get off the fence, find what your X is that marks the spot. For those of you that need to stop beating your head up against a brick wall and whack up a tree to make your home, to feel safe, to be where you need to be, where you want to be, you've got to step into being a king. You've got to step into being the ruler of your domain. And that's going to disturb some people's demons. They're going to get furious with you. I saw a meme the other day on Facebook that just made me laugh. And it was like people that, something like people that get angry, or people that leave friendships or relationships or whatever because you drew boundaries, are the people that were only your friends because you didn't have boundaries, or something to that. And you know what? That is true. Exactly. How can you know if you don't ask? And so, and yes, sometimes it is necessary to stir the pot, but for sure, for y'all that are on the fence about something and you've got a critical decision to make, also, I would note the color of these animals. Now, this particular woodpecker that wanted to be in the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, there's a reason. I mean, there are many, many different kinds of woodpeckers, but there's a reason that its head is yellow and down its cheeks and through here, and it's that fiery orange and red, which are, that orange and red, they're associated with the root and the sacral chakra, and yellow is the solar plexus chakra. So a lot of times when I have this card come out, this animal as a spirit totem or power animal, I have the woodpecker come out. I know that I'm looking at a wildly creative and extremely intelligent person who is not having the courage to use their artistry or their creativity the way that they should and the way they want to, but they're scared. Okay. When I see a condor come out for someone, now y'all, there are a lot of different pictures of condors out there, a lot of different condors that could have been this. But if you take a look at the traditional card of the King of Swords, and he's sitting there with that mantle and that robe, and he's got this look on his face, and he's dark, yeah, that condor is walking on the ground. But to me, this card always says, gosh dang it, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. I can't say that on air, but you got to pull up your big girl and boy panties, or your non-binary panties, or whatever panties you have or don't have. You got to pull up something and get with the program, because you've got to be the boss of you. Now, something I am, thank you, Teapot. For those of you that have not joined me over at wildpackwisdom.com/forums, I can't lie, y'all, I was super fried out the couple weeks before I went on vacation, and I mean super fried out. And then I went on vacation, but I'm back, and I'll be more active on the forums now, especially for those of you that are in the class. And so I would say that those are your messages for today. I really hope that they were helpful. I've got enough time to give away one more deck, and this time I'm not going to pull an animal. I'm going to pull a traditional tarot card from the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Pull up your Fruit of the Looms and get it along. That is for dang Skippy sure. Dawn, have you ever thought about being a preacher? We could all go to the Church of Dawn. One day I'm going to know who you are, just so you know. Today I don't know that. Wow. Well, this is interesting. You get King Dawn. You're not too much. I'm a more is more person. 3 cards came out. You've got 3 chances to win this deck. Wait. Hold on. Who said justice? Who up here? Justice card. It's not the justice card, but it's close on 2 of them, and I could see why you got justice. It's just not. 3 cards. Okay, y'all, I don't know if things are skipping in my Who said Empress? Lisa, Empress. Bingo, you win. So congratulations, Lisa Matthews. You have won the final tarot card deck of the day. And for the gal that said Justice earlier, I think a couple of you said Justice. It's the Hierophant, which is oftentimes confused for the Justice card. And then the Judgment card, which of course would be about justice in its own way. So you had the emotion and the sentiment and the feeling right, just not the exact card. So congratulations to the gal that said Empress. But what's interesting is for these cards to come out, yeah, this is for a contest, but something is afoot with this, with you all that have your own businesses or want to start your own business. Lily, you guessed the Hierophant when? You did? Okay, Teapot, can you go back up? That's what I'm saying. I think my chat is skipping some of these things, y'all. I don't know why. Teapot, just go back up and find Lily's guess. And also, Lily, I think you emailed me while I was on vacation, and I was glad to get it. Lily Podinsky, or I can't say your last name, Lily. I'm so sorry. Oh, you guessed Hierophant right after I said it wasn't Justice. Okay, so Lily gets a deck too. Oh my gosh, because Lily, I think you emailed me about a deck before. Anyway, Lily, can you email me? I don't want to sell you out on what you emailed me about, but what you emailed me about, now you'll get a deck too. It's a long story. I think you know what I mean, Lily. So, okay, so 2 people that time. I'll send out those. Wow, we did lots of decks today. Yay. Okay. Yeah, it's a Barney tale. Barney came to say hi, everybody. So, so all of that said, now with the last few minutes we have, I have a favor to ask of you all. Just like we were talking about earlier, I ask questions. And so I would like to know what you all would like to see more of. Dawn, the Hierophant card is a mystery to me. I read it, understand the writings, but it seems outer worldly for me. I'd have to know more about that. But that's a very interesting thing that you said. I would like to know more about that. And Dawn, I think you messaged me on the forums or something. I'm telling you guys, I tried to stay away from technology as much as I could. And I will get to you today. So, oh, let me show you guys something. So this is one of the 2 new cats that I adopted. So when you pick him up, here's what he does. This is craziness. Well, let's see if he'll do it today. Maybe he's not going to do it today. But normally he hugs you. The people that his first people, they taught him that when he's sitting there, he hugs. So anyway, so here's a question I have for you all. What would you like to see more of in videos from me, in content, in, because I'm starting to create classes, more classes. And I've had a whole bunch of y'all ask me to create a business class. Like, how do I really get my business going? How do I get it, thriving? How do I market it? Where do I set this up, do this? And I've just had so many people ask me that I'm just finally going to do it. And I would say that if there's, thank you, C. Canuel. That is very kind. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. If there's something that you would like to see, questions that you have, anything about shamanism, spirit animals, what would you all like to see from me? What can I offer to you more of? Put it in the chat. I got to know. You can email me too, but put it in the chat. Yes, Hierophant does mean old traditional tarot spiritual meanings, but it also means big business. Big business. Does anybody got any ideas, things that you would like to see? Spiritual animals. What does that mean, Peter, that you want to see more spiritual animals? What does that mean? Oh, cool. There you go. An easy tutorial for the forums. Oh, okay. Okay, Jennifer, I can do that. That's super. Yeah, I could do that. A business class. how to call your guides. That's cool. Shamanism, where I receive my teachings, more on witch and animals. Okay. So little C, big C, you could go to if you go to the forums, the other forums that I own, which is witchcraftandwitches.com/forums, three of the largest pagan Wiccan witch Facebook pages have their own forums on there, and it's very helpful. Okay, shamanic practice with businesses, animal meditations. Yeah, Kimberly, I don't know if you were here earlier. I'm going into the studio Thursday of next week on the 12th, and I've got a bunch of meditations I've been writing and choosing music with and all that kind of thing. Past animal visitations, okay. Shamanic healing, okay, cool. Okay, you guys, I will put together a how to use the forums video. That's good. I'll do that. Just make it like a quick tutorial. No problem. I can do that. Advice on business websites, definitely. Animal communication. Oh, that's a great idea. In spirituality. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Pearl. Hey, y'all. Okay, so those are really great suggestions. And the other thing that I'm going to do is this whole healing thing that I was called to do for you all. There are so many ways that we can get in a deeper relationship with our spirit, totem, and power animal guides to help all kinds of things. Anxiety, depression, fear, anything that's fear-based, anything that is self-actualization based. Is Mitchell here this morning? Mitchell Osborne? Interviews. Okay, like interviews with other readers and whatnot. That is really good. Mitchell Osborne, if I didn't see you pop in, hey honey, how are you? I get it. Interviews. That's good. I always wonder if people like interviews on other people's channels. Barney has to say he loves everybody because he won't stop. Well, here, y'all. He's here. Look at Barney. This is Barney. Say good morning, Barney. Animal Reiki or energy healing. Okay. All right, cool. Woo, Maria. Okay, we are getting ready to work with the next issue of the magazine, and you, my friend, will be on the front cover. Oh my gosh, you all, Maria Cologne. Drop the it is such an honor, and I need to get you that information. I'll look at your email that you sent, but also, Maria, drop in the web address of your website so everybody can know. Maria puts out this, I've never seen anything like it. It is some of the most beautiful, anything having to do with paganism, Wicca, shamanism, witchy poo, druid, that whole arena. It is, it's just so beautiful, and it really brings magic into the mainstream. It doesn't make it so boogity, blue, like some people make it, because it doesn't have to be that way. And that's the whole point is, that has to, it's so natural, psychic and healing, and it's just all, it's how we're born. It's just such a shame that people don't, it's just such a shame that people don't know that it's natural yet, but we're working on it. Okay, you guys, this is so cool. Maria, it's the 5th issue. Me and the number 5. Unbelievable. Thank you, Barney. Thank you, honey. This is how you know they really love you. I'm part of them. That tongue is really, 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 really owie. Okay, thank you guys for all of the information, all of the suggestions. Those are awesome, and I'm on it. And his pirate buddy is asleep in the window watching for the male person who he hisses at every time for no apparent reason. Thank you, Barney. Oh, Kelly B, I thought you said it's multi-scoop. I was like, yeah, I do use multi-scoop glitter for them, but you said multi-scorp. Okay. I know, natural exfoliation, kitty baths. Oh, wow. Maria. That's so exciting. Okay, so I'm going to say I miss you all so much, and I thank you for showing up today. So I just appreciate you, and thank you for the suggestions, because I was told on my trip that there's so much more that the spirit totem and power animals can help you all with, not just readings. And I'm very deeply committed to bringing that information. Hey, Gail, I see your message about please send Maria's information on the forums. Maria Colon, are you on the forums? Are you signed up for the forums? Because if not, please go over there. And you should go on to the witchcraft forums and also the shamanism, spirit animals, psychic, all that kind of thing, those forums. And so get on over there, and then, yes, but I will drop the link. Actually, Teapot or Amy, or I'll get it to Trish, and they can drop the link in there. Oh, it's like natural blush. Awesome. So I'm going to leave the chat open. Okay, great. So Maria, maybe you can message Gail, or just message everybody. Just say, hi, everybody. Bernadette, asked me to put this in there, and just go ahead and drop your link in there. Again, you guys, I'm so grateful for you every day in every way. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope that you will. Coming is a ton more, just an absolute, just be prepared. Because Spirit has absolutely told me to up my video game in other ways that are helpful other than just readings. And so I just send every one of you just unlimited blessings, unlimited success. For the one person out there that I was feeling they were kind of sitting in a dark room. There wasn't a lot of light getting in there. There was like a chair that was like a single person chair, almost like maybe a dining chair. You might use it as a desk chair, but it would be really uncomfortable because it wasn't padded or anything. I'm sending you so much love, and I'm sending you the energy of Condor, truly the King of Swords, because you really can be, you really can find your way to be the King of Swords, and you can get out of this mess that you're in and make those decisions and be the boss of your own life, right? Okay. All right. I love you all so much. I'm going to leave the chat open for a bit so you guys can wrap up. I'll see you on the forums. And y'all have a great weekend. But what are the most important things? To do good for animals, including yourself, and stay